It's showtime. Hang on to your hats, or for those of you with satellite dishes, your tubes, because it's time for the beginning of the start of the Red Green Show, with a lot of regulars and a couple of occasionals, but mostly featuring a man who spends a lot of times outdoors. Well, with very good reason. So please welcome the star of the Red Green Show, and my uncle, if I might inject a personal note at this time, Mr. Red Green.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Harold, and welcome to the show. And especially thank you for tuning us in, because without you, I'd just be talking to a wall. Which reminds me of a story. Last weekend up at the lodge, Stinky Peterson was doing everything in his power to try to get old man Sedgwick's goat, not realizing that Sedgwick had given the goat away to help settle a card game dispute that involved a deck with 7 aces in it.
Excuse me, Uncle Red? Well, as your producer, director, / concerned nephew, it just behooves me at this time to mention that the story you are articulating somewhat is a yawner, actually a / side issue of this particularly important juncture in the program.
Oh, really, Harold? So what do you suggest?
Well, I was wondering if many of the viewers have noticed this piece of equipment hanging around my neck / throat. It is an electronic effects machine that enables me to do this. So I can go to a more interesting segment, which, has every opportunity and possibility.
Oh, this is my show, Harold, and we won't go to the next segment until I say so.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, sure, right. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
I've dated young women, I've danced with old men, I've watered my horse again and again and again and again and again. I've rode in new cars, I've driven old trucks, but none can compare to the thrill of shooting ducks. Shooting ducks! Shooting ducks! Blast them out of the sky, blow them to mincemeat in the wink of an eye. I love shooting ducks from deep in the blind, but if I ever actually hit one, I'd likely change my mind. This week in the Handyman Corner, we're going to show you some imaginative and some creative and even to a certain sense thoughtful things you can do with a garage door opener. Now, a garage door opener is a handy piece of equipment, but the thing that it does worst is open garage doors. Because rather than just take it and throw it in the lake, what you should do is use your imagination and think of some other applications of the garage door opener. For example, here I've hooked up the garage door opener to the door of the, I guess that's a stove really is what it is. And just imagine now that I'm sitting in my living room watching a football game on television, and I've got something in the oven, so to speak, maybe a turkey or a roast beef or a raccoon or something, and I want to check on the dinner, but I don't want to miss the game. With the garage door opener, I can just stay back, and I've got the binoculars to kind of check on how the dinner's going. So I'll just show you how it works. I just hit this like this, and well, I wonder how the dinner's doing. No, it's not ready yet. So all I got to do then is just turn the unit off. Just turn this unit off. Maybe it is dinner time. I'm getting hungry. And high on the old feedback, I guess. How many of you have dreamed about having your own personal elevator right inside your home? You can do it just like I've done here. I mounted the garage door opener with the chain going up through a pulley situation, and then it hooks onto a rope and comes down to my basket cage or elevator enclosure, whatever you want to call that. So when I want to go up to, say, the second floor, do whatever it is that I do on the second floor, all I have to do is just aim the garage door opener button, and I start all right, well, obviously I have to bolt the opener to the floor, because because I guess I weigh, well, of course, I weigh more than, well, I'm sure that you all get the idea anyway. It can work, and a lot of other ideas. You're only limited by your own imagination. So until next time, remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Because I want to tell you what Stinky Peterson did to Old Man Sedgwick.
It's the same thing that Uncle Red's stories do to this show.
It is winter. The Christmas lights are up. They frame the house in twinkling rainbow colors from late December to mid-July. Now, as I was saying, Stinky Pearson was determined to play a practical joke on Old Man Sedgwick, and Old Man Sedgwick was asleep by the wood stove. In fact, he had his legs wrapped right around it and had his face up against the chimney. So Stinky sneaks in there, and he opens up the stove, and he drops in a box of firecrackers, and he puts the lid back on, and he goes into the next room, and then he waits, you know. And then he comes back in, and he opens up the stove, and he takes the firecrackers out, and then he starts a fire, right? And then he puts the firecrackers in, and then he goes into the next room, and then he waits. Well, after about 10 seconds, they all go off at once. Booms and bangs and Roman candles zinging out through the cracks in the stove, you know. But didn't even wake Old Man Sedgwick up. He lay there with his eyes shut, big smile on his face until it was all over, and then he said, "How was it for you?"
Oh, no way, Uncle Red. As if that didn't happen like that. Not like that anyway. Get out of here.
Wow. All right, I was embellishing. For the good of the show, Harold.
Oh, excellent. Like hype. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Okay, I'm with you on that one.
What are you doing there, Harold?
I was embellishing for the good of the show.
While you and I are going about our daily business, there's someone out looking out over the forest on our behalf, up in the timberland, up in the hinterland, and that man is Ranger Gord. From his perch high atop, right there in his perch up in the tree from his perch, looking over the forest. He's doing the job for you and I, and it's Ranger Gord.
Wow, another person.
Yeah. How are you, Gord? It's me.
Oh, it's okay. Beggars can't be choosers, huh? You bought a cameraman and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, folks at home. How you been? I'm fine. I miss you a lot.
All right. So, what's new since we were here last night? What's been going on?
Well, I found out you can see the forest for the trees.
Oh, for God's sake. That's it. Well, that's a good thing to find out.
Oh, yeah. And been learning guitar by mail.
Oh, really?
I know all the latest hits. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. I'm learning all the songs I have on 8-track.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I guess you got to do something, you know, to keep your mind busy. Otherwise.
Oh, yeah. You got to do something, Red.
Sure.
Otherwise, you'd, I've been up here for 13 years, almost 13 years.
Almost 13 years now.
12 years, and,
Yeah. Well, that's all right. I can understand that. He's been up here for 12 years, and,
I'm sorry,
that's all right. That's perfectly all right. You know, those things,
But, I'm not completely alone, Red.
Oh.
I have Samantha.
Who is Samantha? It's not like a bear or something, is it?
No, Samantha's a woman, Red.
Oh, for gosh sake, good for you, huh?
She has a cabin way over on that next hill there. She's out most days, sunning herself in her bathing suit.
This way?
Over here.
Oh, there's a cabin.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody, though.
Oh, here. She's in that big window out front. I don't really know if her name is Samantha. I just imagine it's Samantha.
Yeah?
Just knowing she's there is comforting, though. wonder what her real name is. Wouldn't be too much of a coincidence if it was Samantha, huh?
Ranger Gord, that's a log. Well, I can see the window, and it looks a bit like a woman, but that's a log.
It's not. It's a woman.
It's a log. Take a look yourself.
I'm in love with a fallen log.
We gotta get going. It was really good to see you again, eh?
Come on, stick around for a bit.
Well, maybe another time we'll stay over, okay? But not this time.
Well, come on, I was going to have a big barbecue. I got canned corn, and I got some beans for a special occasion. I was going to invite Samantha over. I guess there's no point in inviting Samantha over now, is there?
Well, not unless you need firewood.
Shut up!
There are many fine hobbies a person can do, like collecting things you find on your shoe, walking on bees, dancing with sheep. But guys and me, we like to sleep. Sleep through the night, all night. Sleep half the day. Lie back and sleep your whole life away. Up in the bunkhouse, snoring and worse. But the best sleep of all is the ride in the hearse.
Oh, Uncle Red, perfect. This is great. It's mailbag time, okay? So you choose the green chair, because I've already chosen the white chair, and I have a letter here. I'll read it out loud, and you can answer it, right? Because that's what we do on every segment. We should continue with that. I mean, if it's convenient with you.
Just read the letter, Harold, would you?
Okay, alrighty, that's good. That's a yes. Okay. Dear Red, ever since my husband retired, he's been hanging around the house, getting on my nerves. He shuffles around at odds, complaining and grousing. It's driving me nuts. I can't take much more of this. Is there any hope for me?
Well, Harold, this is something we've heard before where a fella retires and just really can't find enough to do. What this woman has to do is to find a hobby for her husband, you know, something to keep him kind of interested and occupied. I suggest watching television. It's education, it's entertaining, and he can do it day and night, even when they have guests over.
Yeah, but Uncle Red is not much of a social activity, really, is it? I mean, watching TV is okay every now and then, but it's really not a hobby.